Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm back again for another reading, and this time we're focusing on the Mercury retrograde in Virgo. It started on the 23rd of August and it will continue until the 15th of September. So Mercury, it's often associated with communication and intelligence, things like that. And then you've got Virgo, that is a sign of analysis. It can be quite critical, focuses on the small details. It can be about the day-to-day as well. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. Sorry, just had to do a little pause there. I've had a few false starts with this reading, and often Mercury retrograde can be something where the people say there are a lot of faults with communication and electronical equipment. That's not even a word, is it? Electronic equipment. Yeah, I don't know if that's part of it. I know that personally this week, for the last few days, I've been kind of obsessing over small details of things and focusing on particular things. And as I say, Virgo is very much a sign of analysis. So I don't know if that's the part of that energy has come in and affected me in that specific way. I mean, feel free to share comments and let me know if it's had any effect on you so far. But anyway, let's just get straight into the reading and see what the messages are. The books in front are going to be for the decks that I'm using for this reading. I like to sort of share what they are so you know what I'm using. So first of all, let's get our spread. And then we'll get oracle messages as an overview. And the cards don't want to shuffle today, but that's fine. We'll get through it. Okay, so the key things that we need to pay attention to during this period of time are Judgment. I mean, that makes sense because whenever there's a retrograde, it was always a time of review, isn't it? And then we've got the Page of Pentacles, and I can't remember which, it's not Virgo. The Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. I can't remember who the Page of Pentacles is now. Taurus? The pages actually aren't specifically associated with zodiac signs normally. Some people have come up with signs that can be associated with it, but it's usually the Knights, Kings, Queens that have a specific sign. But I think I have seen somewhere that Page of Pentacles is Taurus. So let's look at your energy coming into this period of time. And I'll be honest, I feel a little bit distracted and just not focused today, but I'm going to do my best. Not the best energy to do a reading in, but I've been wanting to do this reading for a couple of days, and the energy for me today, with how I'm feeling today, is a little bit better than the previous days. I just had zero energy the other days, but I really wanted to get the messages out, and I thought, you know what, maybe it'll help. Let's give it a go, see what happens. So your energy coming into this period of time, into the retrograde. Ton of cards came out there, so I'm going to have to put them back. One of them was the Three of Cups that stood out. It might come back out again, but we'll see. Let's try that again. So your energy coming into this retrograde. We have Strength. And I think Virgos are good at cleaning up as well. Well, keeping things, clearing out the clutter. So maybe that's something that we need to pay attention to as well, is clearing out the clutter, clarity, those sorts of things. So let's look at any external energies that are impacting us at this period of time through the Mercury retrograde in Virgo. The Moon, and I was just talking about clarity and the Moon shows up. So yeah, that could be a thing, couldn't it? Okay, let's look at any past energies that might be important, that we need to pay attention to. We have the Star and the Two of Cups. And I'm trying to make better use of my space at present. Still tweaking the setup, but we'll see. Let's look at current energies. That came out really easily. Oh, Ace of Swords, communication. And let's look at the potential future energies. Nine of Cups in reverse. Do I want it in reverse? Yeah, we'll leave it. See what comes out to clarify it. And then any advice. We have the Chariot in reverse. Okay, that's kind of weird actually, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. So let's get some oracle cards as a kind of overview of the energies. So first of all, we're going to use the Power of Surrender deck to see what we need to know. And I've changed the side that I'm putting the oracle cards on because I feel like I'm always packing them up under the candle, and it doesn't help. Trying to sort of figure out how to put them in a way that they can be seen. So what do we need to know about this Mercury retrograde in Virgo? We have surrender your belief in scarcity. Okay, and let's have a look. Sacred Power reading cards. We'll get one of these as well. We have two. And we've got purification, which you could consider that to be clarity, couldn't you, as well? Or clear, what I was saying before about clearing things out. Look at the colours, how they match the moon card. Interesting. And the other card is Tree of Life, and I'm going to have to read from the book for those two. So I'm going to put, how do I want to put them? I think we'll put them like that for now. I'm not really happy with how that looks, to be honest. I don't know why, well, Virgo, I don't know why I'm being so picky, but that's fine. So surrender your belief in scarcity says, the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Sometimes when I see the Page of Pentacles, one of the meanings for me, it can be planting a new seed and starting out, but sometimes for me it is a bit of scarcity where, and it depends on what comes out to clarify it, where it means that you feel like maybe you don't have enough to do something, like you've only got a little bit and it's not enough. But we'll see what else comes out with that. So let me read from the Sacred Power reading cards book, Purification and Tree of Life. So for purification, it says, cleanse your environment and personal space. And I was talking about clearing out the clutter, as I said before. Water is deeply cleansing and purifying, which is why it's used in symbolic practices throughout the world. Water is the universal life force and symbol of purity and fertility, often seen as life itself. And we also have the Tree of Life, so that's quite strange, but anyway. Often seen as life itself, without water, we would not be able to exist in our physical form. Water sustains all life on earth. Water cleanses, quenches thirst, and refreshes all living systems. Purification as a symbolic practice brings us closer to our divine self and celestial and heavenly beings. Sacred traditions and practices wash away impurities from the soul and pollutants from the physical body. Purity allows us to see and hear the voice of truth and keeps our ego self in check. Right now, your body, mind, and spirit need to be purified. Clear unwanted energy by focusing on emotional balance. Eat clean, nutritious food. Now is the time to open your heart and soul to release any old trauma, pain, or emotional wounds, suffering, or regret that you are carrying in your spiritual backpack. Like a universal baptism, you are able to release these old energies and liberate your soul and mind from old beliefs and physical restraints. Cleansing of your physical space is required now. Call on your angelic spirit or spiritual helpers to assist you energetically with this task at home, work, or socially. Clean your home environment or workspace. Remove or donate any outdated or unwanted items, clearing old stagnant energy. Water is a conduit for clear channeling and spirit communication. And to be honest, when I saw that star and Two of Cups, for some reason I've been seeing the Two of Cups as one of the meanings as telepathic communication recently, and with the star, it did kind of give me that sense of messages, spiritual sort of messages, and the moon is intuition, isn't it? Anyway, continue. Yep, so water is a conduit, which there's water in both that card and that card as well. Water is a conduit for clear channeling and spirit communication. And we have communication here as well. You may be feeling disconnected from spirit or your higher self. Spend time around running water such as lakes, waterfalls, or streams to purify your mind. Treat yourself to spa therapies or therapeutic baths to reset your senses. Be mindful during the moments you choose to spend time in and around water. Your observations and impressions will give you great insight into your current emotions. I purify my soul. This is the affirmation. I release burden and expectation of choices. I am free to make my own decisions with love and confidence. Okay, and we have the Tree of Life. And strangely, at the beginning of the week, after work, I felt the need to go to a park. It's one that I haven't been to before, but it's one of the biggest parks in the area, near to the area that I live in. And there was water there, and for some reason I was very focused on the water and the sound of the water and like the little, I don't know if it's a lake, stream, whatever you want to call it, but there are a lot of watery parts of that park, and that has been a thing for me this week, water. So interesting that it comes up. So Tree of Life says, create strong foundations to support future goals and aspirations. The breath of life is all around us, self-sustaining. The universal Tree of Life provides a gateway to connect us to the knowledge of self. You are deeply connected to the universe and the world around you. And again, that's that star is making me think of kind of like the universe and spiritual things. When you respond to the actions and reactions of the earth and its people, you ultimately decide how you will grow and thrive. The Tree of Life requires you to look at your breath and to ground yourself in the present moment. Nature does not concern itself with the future. Plants know exactly what they need to do in any given moment. Living in the present will provide you with more time. Your presence is all that is required right now. You are strong and resilient. Hold your space. And we've got strength there, right there as well. Where are your roots? Plant and keep your feet firmly on the ground now. Any sudden change may cause instability in your personal life. Dig your roots deep into the earth to create a firm foundation that you can build from. Are you relying too much on the support of others to help you grow? You have the answers within you to determine your direction of growth, but you must be willing to face your inner self and core beliefs. With solid nurturing and time, you will begin to see results. Family matters are of concern now. Be open to solutions to achieve the outcome you desire. Be careful with decision making. Compromising too much over an issue will leave you feeling powerless. Like a branch on a tree, growth will occur in an area that supports the core structure, or it will break and drop in order to maintain the overall strength of the tree itself. You may need to drop a branch or two to solidify your point of view or to reach a resolution. Patience is key, and the affirmation says, I am unified through presence and action. My strength is supported with loving roots. So let's get clarifying. So with that Page of Pentacles and Judgment as the key points. So Judgment, it's review, it can be second chances. I mean, you may be planting a seed for something where there is a second chance. But yeah, let's clarify to get more on that. I mean, there's definitely a sense here of analysing what needs to be cleared out, and as the Tree of Life said, how to plant solid, stable roots. But there's obviously some clearing out that needs to be done before that can take place. So let's clarify Judgment and the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. Temperance is in reverse, and I think it's meant to be in reverse, so I'm going to leave it. Let's get one more for that. And it talked in, which message was it? Was it Purification of the Tree of Life, about disconnection with the universe, was it? Or spiritual, something spiritual? And for me, Temperance in reverse could be that, because let's get this other clarifier out first. Eight of Pentacles. I know that Temperance is often about harmony and patience. But for me, it can also feel like connection to spirituality as well. I mean, it's typically an angel in there. I mean, maybe not so much in this card, but it can be typically an angel. It's the connection between worlds, elements. So let's have a look and see what we can gather from these cards. So as I say, Temperance in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Pentacles. I just keep hearing something in my mind, something has to change. Something has to change. I mean, this could be around work because we've got the Eight of Pentacles there. Maybe something has to change. Maybe you're disconnected from the path you've chosen. And interestingly, I'm planning, maybe right after this one, I'm going to do a reading on life purpose, and that would be relevant to life purpose. Maybe you're or one of the questions I was going to ask in the life purpose reading is if your life path and your career, or life purpose and career path, are in alignment. And the way this looks, maybe not. If this came up in that reading I was going to do, I would say there's something where maybe something's not in alignment. And then we have the Chariot here. This is advice, and I've been saying a lot recently that the Chariot for me can be about alignment, being on the same page. And with it being in reverse, again, that suggests it's not. Let's just have another look. So we've got Judgment again. As I say, it's the review. I would say this is about wanting to plant a new seed. You could be reviewing, or you probably are reviewing what's not working. Again, that whole purification, what do you want to clear out to change things so that you can plant a new seed, and so that things can be in alignment for you. Let's get one more clarifier for that. And it's not just work. I mean, it's talking about roots. So roots is anything. It's your home. It can be family life. I mean, it is typically, with Pentacles, it's going to be more practical things. Could be finances, could be business. But everything in life is connected, isn't it, in some way, shape or form. So let's get one more clarifier. And the Page of Pentacles has come back out again. We've got the King of Swords. Yeah, King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles to continue clarifying. It's been clear about the seeds that you want to plant. And again, with Mercury retrograde in Virgo, it's that analysis. King of Swords would be an expert at analysis. He's an air sign. And so, yeah, analysing what new seeds do you want to plant? Is there something where you have to start from scratch, start from the beginning all over again? Are you able to do that? Are you willing to do that? You've got surrender your belief in scarcity right here. Do you feel that you have enough to do that? It's analysing, it's assessing, it's deciding how maybe to do it with the Eight of Pentacles there. Let's clarify the Strength card. That's your energy. So I'd say it's about courage, having the courage to do it, or maybe needing the courage to do it. But let's clarify the Strength card. That came out very strangely. Should I take? I think I'm going to take it. We've got Justice and the Page of Cups. So for me, that you want what's right for you with Justice. You want what's fair for you. Page of Cups, it's often can refer to the inner child. It's what your heart wants. You want what's right for you. And it's about having the courage, or needing the courage to go for that. Let's get one more clarifier. We have that. Oh, was it in reverse? I'm going to take it upright. It was in reverse, but I'm going to take it upright. Yeah, again, planting seeds, isn't it? But you want the seed to grow. Yeah, what more can I say? You want the seed to grow. You want to plant a seed that will grow, and it needs a strong foundation, and you want it to be fruitful and abundant. So let's look at external energies, the moon. And I was saying you need clarity, don't you? So it's the external energy is one where things aren't clear. Maybe you don't know how to do what you want to do, how to plant the seed that you want to seed. How to plant the seed that you want to grow. So the moon, let's clarify the moon. We have 3 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles. This can be where you've tried to make things work in the past, in whatever capacity that is, whether it is to do with work, a way of life, family life, etc. You've tried to make things work and it didn't, so there's a disappointment there. It could also be, I mean, it's external energies, and it could be the worry of whether you can make something work, if it's going to be a disappointment or you're going to be able to make it work. Let's get one more clarifier for that. We get 2 more. We get the Tower. Ooh, and the 2 of Cups. So again, it could be something where you tried to make something work in the past and it didn't work. Or you've recently tried to make something work and it didn't work. Or again, the fear of it not working. Why is the 2 of Cups there? I mean, it can be a relationship. I mean, one of the things this could be is trying to make a relationship work, couldn't it? Trying to have a solid foundation in a relationship. Or it could just be, it's external energy, isn't it? Just wanting something to match your cup and not knowing if it's going to match your cup, whether that's a job that matches your cup, or move into a new area where you feel like you belong again. That could be how it matches your cup, or whether it's a person. It can even be in a work environment where you want the people and the energy of that place and the environment to match your energy. Okay, let's look at the past energy. We have the Star and the 2 of Cups. That to me is it's the desire, it's the hope, it's the wishing, and this is past energy. Let's clarify to get more on that before I jump into it. Why is the Star here with the 2 of Cups? Oh, we have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, and I have a thought on that, but let me get a little bit more on that. That fell out a bit awkwardly. 10 of Pentacles. That's really interesting. Get one more. And we have the Ace of Swords. I kind of knew that was going to come out. I was focused on the Ace of Swords and that came out. Let's get one more. Ooh. We get the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. To me, this looks like bringing 2 different elements together, because you've got the swords there and you've got the wands there. And it's bringing those 2 things together, but in a way that where it works. This looks pretty successful. This is past energy, which is strange because the past energy looks successful, but then in the future energy, you've got the 9 of Cups in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. The present current energy is the Ace of Swords. Sorry, I'm hiding them, aren't I? So I wonder if this is in the past where something did come together and it was successful, but then what's the problem? Is it about maintaining it, or just getting a bit more clarity on it, of how to balance it more? I mean, as I say, you've got the 2 elements there. You've got the swords, which is analytical, but this is new this is something new that would have started. So if it was a relationship, it could have been, this could be, I know these are children, but it's in terms of energy, where two people come into a relationship, and it could be a business relationship as well, friendship, anything, where you've got the swords element, which is the analytical side. You've got the wands element, which is the inspiration, the passion, and it's somehow those things were brought together, because the star can be fated opportunities as well. And again, not necessarily in a relationship, a romantic relationship, but where these elements were brought together, and somehow, although they are different elements, they work together in harmony. They matched, the cups matched, and it worked. As I say, you've got the Ten of Pentacles here, so that's something quite abundant, or had, well, I'd say it's past energy, so it would have been quite abundant, but maybe at the time it may have been clear how things worked. There was equal give and take, or maybe there needed to be a bit more clarity about how things would work in terms of give and take. I mean, it looks successful in the past, so maybe it's something where it worked in the past, but now there needs to be more clarity. It needs to be reassessed, reviewed, etc. Because with that external energy there, as I say, it's either a projection where there's fear of something not working, or it isn't working. Something's not clear with the external energy. Okay, let's clarify the Ace of Swords and see if we can make the reading more clear in general. I mean, parts of it are clear, but it's a strange one. Why is the Ace of Swords there as the current energy? We have an Ace, okay, we've got an Ace of Wands in reverse, we've got a Six of Wands, and that's a lot about communication there. Something's not quite working here, but because that Ace of Wands is in reverse, so that's where the inspiration or the passion could have kind of dried up a little bit. But it looks like it could be fixed with communication or clarity on how to make it successful again, how to make it move forward again, because Eight of Wands for me, it's not just communication, it's about movement for me as well. You might need to regain your inspiration for something, and you need to get clarity on that. And because you've got the Six of Wands here, there's probably other people involved where you may need to share, well, communication, you'd need to probably communicate with other people, or maybe get their input on how to move things along. It might be that there are ideas that you want to put out into the world, into the public, but you not lack, it could be that you lack inspiration, or you I wouldn't say you lack confidence, but there's just something, again, it's that scarcity card. There's something not quite there. Maybe you don't quite feel you have enough. Okay, let's look at that Nine of Cups in the future, which is in reverse. So that's a very strange way for the Nine of Cups to come out for the future. Why is the Nine of Cups in reverse in the future as a future placement? We have the Fool and we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is feeling a lot more like a projection, or something self-fulfilling, because if you've got the Fool who's ready to take a risk to get what they desire, because the Nine of Cups is your desire, then are you worried that it won't work out? or you're ready and willing to take a risk, but you're not sure what to do or how to achieve what it is you want to achieve that will make you feel happy and fulfilled. And that's part of the whole review of this period of time. The Mercury retrograde time is trying to figure out how to get what you want. Let's get one more clarifier for that. Oh, we've got the King of Swords, and it's kind of fell out that way, so I've got no idea. I'm going to put it upright. Let's get one more clarifier. We've got the Magician there. I'm getting a sense of there's a feeling and desire and a willingness to go for what you want, but it's almost like there's a projection that it's just not going to work. And I've picked that up a few times. There's some sort of disconnection. Remember, we've got Temperance here. Yeah, we've got Temperance there in reverse though. So there's some kind of disconnect where there's a desire to do something, a willingness to do something, but it's almost like a belief that it's just not going to work. And maybe that's what needs to be cleared out, is this thought that it's not going to work. Right, we've got the advice is the Chariot. So as I said, it's things being in alignment, it's moving forward. Let's see if we can get any more info on that. This is a really strange reading. I'll be honest, this is not what I was expecting. Well, I suppose the clarity side of thing with the Ace of Swords, and I'm not surprised that Purification came out, but the way the rest of the cards have come out is just a bit baffling to me. Right, we've got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands in reverse. You know what, this could be that there's too much focus on, what's that, how do you say it? Analysis paralysis. There could be some degree of analysis paralysis here where there's overthinking. I mean, there's nothing, is there anything here that specifically signifies overthinking? There's nothing that signifies overthinking specifically to me, but that's the only reason I can see why you'd be inspired to do something and willing to do something, but feeling like it may not work. And then with the Ace of Cups, to me, that says you need to focus on how you feel about it. And then that will help to release the burden, because at the minute with the way because it's Mercury and Virgo to do the mind as well, aren't they? Well, more so Mercury, but Virgo can be to do the mind, especially with analysis. It's just looking like there's a feeling that it's just not going to come together. And that's something that the mind would do. The heart wouldn't say it's not going to come together, but the mind would. So the advice is, let's get one more before I say it again. That kind of flipped, but not quite. And it was the Hierophant, and that's about beliefs, isn't it? Or can be about beliefs. We have the Emperor and the Hermit. That's, to me, that clearly represents the Chariot in reverse. It's like on the one side, you want to take the lead and step up and do what has to be done. But on the other side, it's like, and the Hermit is a Virgo card as well, isn't it? The Hermit is like, oh no, I just want to go off on my own and figure it out more. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't know, what more is there to figure out? Maybe there is more that needs to be figured out, but it's conflicting. It's definitely conflicting. Kind of being torn, but as I say, the advice here looks like you need to focus more on how you feel about this, whatever this is, and then that will probably make things clearer. It's like going back and forth between 1 minute it's like, yeah, I'm going to get up and go and I'm going to do this and I'm going to start this, and then going back into your shell and being like, oh no, I've got so much more that I need to figure out. I have to go on a whole long ass journey to figure out how to do this. And yeah, it's a weird contradiction. I mean, again, we've got surrender your belief in scarcity, so that may be something that needs to be purified and kind of cleared out, is this scarcity of thinking you haven't got, if you do feel like you haven't got enough, of whatever it is you need, whether it's practical resources, knowledge, skills, etc., to do whatever it is you want to do, then that probably needs to be cleared out. I'm going to get one more clarifier for that. I don't know if it will help, but let's see. We have the Four of Wands. That's your roots. That is your roots. I'll get one more. Probably still won't help. Oh, we've got 3. That's too many. Let me try that again. Okay, that's about your truth. I would say, think about what you already know and what you can achieve now in the present and how you feel. Focus on those things instead of thinking that whatever it is you want to achieve is just so far away and a goal that is very difficult to reach or nearly impossible to reach. Where can you take the lead now? Where are you in charge now? What's the knowledge that you already have that you can use now in the present? And how can you use that to feel as fulfilled as possible now in the present? Because again, this word manifesting, that is overused. I find it a bit overused. But in terms of manifesting, you want to manifest more of what you already have or better. So if you're conflicted, in theory, you'll be manifesting more conflict and confusion and lack of clarity. But if you focused on feeling fulfilled and what you already have rather than what you don't have, then it should help to clear the path, shouldn't it really? Okay, let's get some more oracle cards, and hopefully that will give us a bit more insight and make things clearer. I mean, maybe it's just me who feels like this is not clear, but let's see. So any more advice on this Mercury retrograde period where it feels like we need more clarity, we need more communication. You may need help and advice to figure this out. And even if it's just a pep talk, it might not be anything deep. It just might be a pep talk from someone close to you that you trust, or just someone you trust in general that can help you to think more clearly and figure out what needs to be cleared out. We have cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned, and a new world is born. Do you feel like you don't have anyone that you can talk to about this? You feel quite alone. I mean, we've got the Hermit, didn't we, in the advice? Maybe, I mean, we've got the Two of Cups that has come up twice. Maybe what you need is, that's what you need to figure this out. You need help to do this, possibly. It's on the bottom of the deck. You've attracted wonderful news. I don't really know if that's relevant, but that's what's there. I'm just going to have a quick look in the book. I won't read the whole message, but let's just see what's there. So number 11. Alice in a sea of tears, cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned. I mean, someone could have abandoned you. You've got the Tower there, haven't you? As an external energy. It's about feeling overwhelmed, which I would say that's a possibility here. Right, so the key divination message is about having escaped a difficult situation. You've been through a very emotional time and have finally released your need to hold on. Maybe that's what's needed, is that you're holding on to something and you need to let go. You have let go or been let go of, and the emotional aftermath has been overwhelming, because we did have Two of Cups there. I mean, that is a possibility, but you're about to see that your sadness can continue to create the rough waters that have thrown you about. That's what I was saying about if you manifesting conflict, if you focused on conflict, what you don't have rather than what you do have. Okay, it says, now the challenge is to move on from this with wisdom in place without repeating what has led to this manifestation. You can do it, and by being more like the rat with his neat compartmental nature and the crab with her hard outer shell for protection, you will come through this tough time. You are wiser now, less emotionally ready to be hurt, and far more capable of remaining yourself. Even walking as you do in a harsh world, if you feel very alone, help is coming and will soon be with you. Although you may be feeling you have made a great mistake given all this upheaval, in time you will know you have done exactly the right thing. Dry your tears, help is here, well done on making such an important change. I'll be honest, I'm still baffled. If that makes sense to anyone at all, feel free to let me know. Let's have a quick look at 45, A New World is Born. You do get readings like this sometimes, and I've seen it happen to other readers where they're just like, you know what, to be frank, I just haven't got a clue. Bits and pieces of it make sense, but it just doesn't come together. And that, I mean, that seems to be a problem here. There seems to be a lack of clarity, and it's just something's not coming together, and maybe that's why the reading isn't coming together, because there's something that isn't coming together. Let's see. So the key point of this, Dragonling Garden, A New World is Born. You have claimed your place in the world, reborn and tender, yet strong and honourable. As you represent the possibilities of humanity and have learned the shapeshifter's lessons, you have understood that while you are reborn, so too is the very world. You must now shift the focus from the self alone into the we. Okay, that makes sense. Again, I was saying that maybe you need support. Maybe you're lacking support. You will not lose yourself again as you once thought you would. Know now the world's future has changed. The time you have been waiting for is now, and you must choose something bigger than the one self. You must choose something transcendent to walk with. You must shift the focus from the old self for the self that has fallen away and died, and here you are anew. If you shift the focus from the old self and the 1,000 petty worries and complaints, yeah, that's trying to avoid manifesting conflict by focusing on scarcity and things like that, and conflicts. If you shift the focus from the old self and the 1,000 petty worries and complaints that you can conjure, you will be of service. You will do kind things, you will be cared for. There is no further need to worry, only to live well and in kindness, serving something greater. And remember what I said about a disconnection from the universe or spirit or something, that could be relevant here. When you have chosen to do this, something truly miraculous will take place. The people and the beings of the old world will fade away, and in your new world will be happiness, bliss, and an enthralling contentment. Now we are free. You definitely need to be free of something here, because there's just, yeah, there's conflict here. Let's get one more oracle card, which is wisdom. Try not to confuse it even more, but let's see if there's anything that will help here. Well, a couple have kind of fallen out, but let's try that again. That didn't feel quite right. Okay, that was aggressive, so I think that was right. We have remembrance, ancestors. Can we get that there? Book of Shadows, Secret, and Witch Healer. And this reading is probably going to go over, and I'm going to have to merge videos, which we all know I hate doing because it takes forever. But let's have a look at these messages, because they may be important. I mean, the ancestors card to me is about support from the ancestors. Shall I read them all? I'll read the witch's foresight, which is a brief message. It says, you have a strong ancestral lineage. Never forget who's played a big part in your life. Light a candle in remembrance of the ancestors. Someone from your past turns up. You are watched over by a deceased loved one. Resolve a past life issue. I would say not necessarily past life, but there probably is a past issue that needs to be resolved here. That might be I don't think we got the Six of Cups. But yeah, there might be a past issue, a past hurt or something that's affecting what's happening now. Let's look at Secret quickly. The reason I'm not reading them is because I think I've said it before. Sometimes I get distracted myself when I read the long messages, and then it just doesn't mean anything. Right. The witch's foresight is play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells and recipes in your book of shadows. Trust in it. So I wonder if in the past you've worked with someone and there are trust issues there. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Trust issues. But let's look at the final message. Witch healer. It says you are a natural healer. You have a natural affinity with plants and herbs. And we're talking about nature again. Nature was in these cards, wasn't it? Purification and Tree of Life. Study to qualify as a herbal practitioner. Use complementary medicine and aromatherapy to heal. You benefit from the healing energies of nature. Honor its rhythms and cycles. So I would say there's something that needs to be healed here. There's always something that needs to be healed, isn't there? But nature might play a part in it. It might help you to think more clearly. You know, like how I was saying that I felt the need to go to a park, etc., to clear my head after work or whatever it was. Maybe that will help to make things clearer for you and to help you resolve whatever issues are going on here. So I hope there was something useful in that reading. I know there were quite a few confusing parts of it. Hopefully there was something in there useful for you. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave comments. Let me know what was helpful, if anything. And yeah, take care.